teach y'all some stuff. I'm excited. So I love candle magic. Candle magic is my thing. I use it when I really need to, and it always works out for me. The reason it works out for me, I believe, is because it helps me concentrate. So as y'all know, I have squirrel moments, and that's okay. But candle magic helps me focus because I'll focus on the flame and my intention. And so that's why I love candle magic. It works better for me because I'll sit there for 2 hours. Because I usually use chime candles, but you can use all kinds of candles. I'm not going to go into a whole candle magic class because that is coming up. So what I'm using for a healing candle spell is, so I'm using jasmine for healing, lavender, and rosemary, and in your instructions it'll say what all the things are for, but they're all for healing. I'm going to use these 3 herbs. I work in 3s. Other people don't. That's totally fine. It's your practice. You do what you want, boo. I'm also going to use clear quartz, rose quartz, and amethyst. This will all be in your kit as well, and of course they have the things with the ID cards and all the things. But what I'm doing is looking for the crystals, herbs, and oils if you use herbs, oils, that go with healing. So you can also use a blue or a white candle. I like using the white candle. It's just my preference, but blue is also for healing. And then I do have this too, so I'm going to show you how to do it in the 7-day candle as well, because sometimes healing needs a 7-day candle.
Pull out the big guns, so to speak.
But you can also use tea light candles and birthday candles for quick things too. But if you want to focus on that intention and send that energy of healing for a very long time, 7-day candle. I cannot compete with Dollar Tree, but they're at Dollar Tree. So in your kit, it will also have an organza bag. And if you know me, you know that I like quick and easy and simple stuff because I don't have energy for that. Okay? So the easy way to cleanse chips, which is, you can also use tumbles in this. You can not use crystals at all. I like integrating, if I had the oil, crystals, and herbs. And then I usually have like water around too, so I have all the elements at the same time. That's what I love about candle magic. It's really easy to do that too. So how you cleanse your crystals is you can put them in a bag. There's many ways to cleanse crystals, and I do have a blog on that, on how to do all the things with crystals. It's Crystals 101 or something like that on the Magic 101 blog thing. I'm so glad y'all are still here. Y'all aren't like, bye. Okay, anyway. My Palo Santo is ethically sourced, and I do have the bag to prove it if you would like to see that, Judy. Okay. So I like to cleanse my crystals with incense. It makes it really easy. It gets rid of all the energy that was on those crystals beforehand. And you see how the smoke is going right through that bag? And I'm going to do that with each crystal, but since I'm just showing you how to cleanse everything first. So you'll cleanse your crystals, your candle, everything. You don't want any energy, especially for a healing spell. You don't want any kind of energy on it that is not intended, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Any residuals that might be lurking in any of your spell implements you don't want to cross-contaminate, so to speak. Yeah.
You cleanse all your things. And what you can do with your candle, and you don't have to, is you can carve in your intention into the candle. So if I'm doing a healing for myself, I've not had very good health lately. Don't tell anybody. So I'm doing it for myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carve my name into the candle. Right? I'm using a skewer, but you can use your athame, which is, you know, what I would usually use. You can use your athame. Thank you. Or a dedicated pokey thing, knife, whatever, to put the name of the individual, whether it's you or somebody else. You can also put healing sigils. If you have your own sigil, that's amazing. Or you can just write healing or whatever on your candle. It's your candle. You don't have to inscribe it at all. It's your thing. You do you, boo. I'm very hyper. Okay, so you've got your sigils or your tag, which is their name, birthday, anything like that, on the candle. You can also write it on a piece of paper, fold it up, put it under the candle. It's totally up to you, whatever makes you happy, whatever sets your intention best for you. So if I had the oil, I would put the oil on towards me, the oil, making sure to get it on the wick and everything. And if I was sending it to someone else, I would go away from myself, right? Towards, you know, somebody else, right? So you've got that. And then you can have all your herbs like rolled out on like a plate if you want. If you have the oil on there and you roll your herbs onto the candle itself, you can do that. The only issue with that is you could overload your candle, and oil and herbs are very flammable. So usually what I like to do is I put it around the candle. That's just my personal thing. You can do you. So I light the bottom and I stick it in there. Now this is cast iron, so you don't want to have it on any kind of glass or anything because it gets really hot. So I have that, and just imagine if you have the oil on there and the herbs, it would have the oil and the herbs on it. You can put the inscription, like your spell, your mantra, your affirmation. You can put that on the paper underneath the candle with the person's tag. Or you can just say it in your mind over and over and over with everything that you're going to put with your candle, okay? Now with 7-day candles, the way you'll do that is you can use this. Well, a lot of people do things differently, but this is how I do it. I'm just going to keep saying that. So you'll see there's holes in here. And the way I got these holes in here is I took a big old skewer and I pushed it in there. So how I would do this is I would put the oil in there just a little bit for this because I don't want to burn anything down. And then I would put my crystals and herbs, and then I'd push it down. Can y'all see this? Push it down into the holes, right? That's how I would do the 7-day candle. You would cleanse it the same way. While we're talking about this, 7-day candles take forever for me, so I always use chime candles or something smaller, but if it's a big working, I will use the 7-day candle, but I'm not going to stay up for 7 days straight. What I do is I'll snuff it out, and then I'll go back and I'll light it. Now, some people say that you're not supposed to blow out the candle. It's up to you. You do you. I don't like when people try to tell you what to do.
But turning it off somehow or another.
Yeah, turn it off somehow. Keep that intention and bring it back. So what I'll do is I'll snuff it because I'm not gonna blow it out. That's just my personal thing. Though there's huge arguments over little things sometimes, especially on TikTok.
Oh yeah.
But again, I'm just doing it the way I do. All right, so you've got everything cleansed, and it's for your spell that you're doing, your ritual that you're doing. I've carved in my name because this is for me. And then I put sigils for healing, or just the words healing or good health or anything like that. You can use Nordic runes. You can do anything you want. You can put a peace sign if that's what it means for you. So a heart, I've done it. It's worked. It's fine. As long as it's your thing. You're going to set your intention on each herb and each element that you're going to put on your candle. Now, like I said before, some people hopped on. You can put your herbs on your candle. For me, I like to go around it. I have a specific mantra in my own mind, but you don't share everything.
Right.
So I've got my amethyst, and I'm going to put it around my candle. And this is for healing. So I'm going to go clockwise while I'm thinking about my intention. Ooh. And then I've got clear quartz. This is going to enhance the crystals and herbs around it as well as for healing. And it also helps ease pain. It can help that. I got to be careful with my wording. Okay. And you can put your herbs and your crystals on differently if you want. It's totally up to you. It's your candle. You can also use salt. That's a really good one for healing. So, and lemons. Those are good too. So I've got all my crystals around it. And I'm not using everything in my jar, but you can use as much as you want. It's up to you. It's very much your thing. Okay. So then I've got lavender for peace. Because in this, I need some peace and rest in my healing spell. Ritual. And I will show you this in a minute. And then I've got jasmine as well. This is pretty. It's so pretty. And then I'm gonna use some rosemary. And you can see that I don't use a bunch of everything. But you can.
Little goes a long way on stuff like that.
And I'm doing it all clockwise because I'm bringing it towards me. Right? What I like to do is I like to bring that energy and my mantra, my affirmation, my spell, and put it in my mind, feel it until it turns kind of like a white color in my mind, but that's just how I do it. Other people see different things or don't see anything at all. Sometimes you just feel it. And so you would put that energy into the candle and repeat that mantra. You can say it out loud or in your mind. It's up to you. Until you feel like it's good. Okay. And then you light your candle. And you can light it with matches. I just always have a lighter with me. Some people like to say you have to light it with matches. I don't like when anybody tells me what to do. So don't let people tell you what to do. If you don't want it, you don't have to have it. It's fine. You don't have to have $1 million herb or nothing like that. You do a candle spell, you might want to have somewhere that doesn't have like a lot of airflow. So you can tell what the flame is doing and you can tell what the wax is doing. And I do go over interpreting the flame, interpreting the wax, and everything else in my candle magic class, which I'm getting everything together for that. But it's a lot. I put herbs and crystals and everything in there. So you're going to use the candle that is associated with whatever spell you're doing. You can do this healing candle spell for yourself or for others. Now, I usually don't do, I usually don't do a spell for someone else unless they ask me to specifically. Because I don't like crossing boundaries unless they cross mine first. Little evil laugh there. It's fine. I might lose some people over that one. It'll be okay. Anyway, so what I like to do with the ingredients afterwards, and I go a lot deeper in my candle magic class because there's so much more to this. This is just a simple healing spell, and you can use more than one candle. There's all kinds of things. So what I like to do with, I need to stop breathing on it, with all my ingredients afterwards. So since this is for me, and I already have the organza bag that comes with the kit, I can't forget the organza bag, that's why I keep reminding myself, is I'll take all the herbs and the crystals after the candle has done its job all the way. So if I have to leave, I'll snuff it out and I'll come back to it. And I won't mess with the herbs or the crystals until the spell is complete. Until it's done, right? So what I like to do afterwards with all my stuff, since it's a healing spell, I'll put it in an organza bag. And I might, if I have a piece of paper with the mantra on it, I'll roll it up and I'll put it in there with it. And then I'll give it to the person that asked me to do the healing spell. You know what I mean? I'll give it to that person. Now, since this is for myself, what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry it with me until I feel like it's done, and then I'm going to return it to the earth. So I'll like bury it in a plant underneath it so it continues the healing for as long as the plant is gone. That's just a me thing. But since I'm not using anything crazy that's not compostable. Yeah. then I'll put all that in the bottom of the plant, and it continues to bring that healing to you over and over and over the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Okay, so I told you all my little secrets. You can also put all your stuff in a jar, and you'll have 3 of them, because we'll have 3 different crystals in the little kit that y'all are getting. I'll have it together in pictures and everything later. You can put it in the jar, and you can use a different candle, which I would use a different candle, or wax, or whatever, to seal it, and you can give them the jar too. So you can reuse it. You can do it. You can do all the things with it. It's awesome. And then not only are you, if you're doing it for somebody else, not only are you using that energy to send to other people, but you're also helping yourself psychologically and scientifically by standing there and taking that moment to yourself and doing something that's just you. I mean, you can do it in a coven too, but you know what I mean? Like, you're doing something just for you. Do you see how much, like, I was really hyper at the beginning, and now I've calmed down a little bit? You're doing something that makes you sit down and be mindful of what you're doing and using that energy for good, you know, for yourself and others. Yay! There's several ways to do healing spells. This one in particular is a quick, easy candle healing spell that's worked for me in the past. So if y'all have any questions or anything about this, please let us know. I will have everything together with all the instructions and everything for those of you that, thank you, bought the kit before I had it together. I really, really appreciate it. I'm glad that we have been able to, like, teach y'all how to use the things. Even if you already knew, it's really nice to be able to sit here and get some feedback and talk about it and stuff like that. Yeah. Okay. I appreciate y'all staying, even though I'm a little wet sometimes. Yeah. So I will get that done. And I appreciate y'all so much. If you have any suggestions for me or anything, just send me a message. I appreciate you. And I love you. Bye.